Even though I just told myself to look at that, I still did it. I still didn't bring myself on screen. Oops! It's been a long day already. Hi, Sue. Hi, Miss Connie. Hi, Shonda. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hi, Mac. Oh, it's been a long day already. I had to get up early this morning. Well, I had to get up early to get ready for my live with Megan because by the time I get home from taking Trevor, I wouldn't have any time. But this morning I needed to make Trevor's lunch. He wanted steak and fried rice. So I had to make him the fried rice and stuff this morning on top of trying to get ready and then get home and get ready for the live, which if you guys know me, I'm not a morning person. I'm not the friendliest of bears in the morning. So how are ya? Again, hello again. Hello again. Hi Chris. I was just starting to watch the replay of your live. Oh my goodness. She did so good. I was so proud. So proud of her. She did amazing. Oh my gosh. And then I felt so bad because now you guys know why I don't come live when my housekeepers are here, because there's a lot of noise that's happening, right? I never know where they are. And they come at 10:30. And so I was like, they'll probably be downstairs getting ready to vacuum and mop towards the end. So hopefully it will, it won't be too bad. And sure enough, she turned the vacuum on and she was right here and I was mortified. And I'm not going to tell her. And I've never am working when they're here. Obviously, that's why I'm never live. So all the lights in the studio and everything, they're looking at me like, what on earth? So anyways, it was kind of funny. Oh, yes, the posting days, and Chris got in an order before everything got turned off. So the release for Prima redesign is tomorrow, but I had the posting days, because you can set the posts up. I had the posting days flipped for Megan and I, and redesign. I was mortified when I looked because I was like, where's mine and Megan's post at? I couldn't find it. And then when I seen that the post was up for redesign, I was like, oh no, that means that maybe I didn't turn it on in the store. And then I looked in the store and they were all turned on and I was like, oh no. And then I seen an order for Chris and I was like, oh no. I will tell you, in all the years that I have now been a part of releases and stuff like that, people have done that to us and to me, but I have not been the culprit. And so now I can actually say I was the culprit. And I think it was on there. I don't know, but I didn't catch it for like 30 minutes at least. At least. So, yeah. Oopsie. That's not your fault, Chris. I just thought it was funny because you are quick on the draw, McGraw, because I was like, okay, hopefully nobody's seen that. And then I seen an order for Chris, and I was like, okay, maybe only Chris seen it? I was like, oh, shoot. I told you, I am not a morning person, but there was no excuse for that because I scheduled those last night. I guess obviously I was tired yesterday with all of the auction orders and all of the orders in the store. I was tired by the time I set up the lives and stuff, so oopsie doopsie. Oopsie doopsie. My bad. My bad. I didn't do it on purpose. At least I didn't leave it up there all day and was just like, oh well. But tomorrow, I just deleted the posting. I just said, hi Sandy Triplet, hi Kathy. I just deleted the posting. I was like, I will handle posting it myself. Forget scheduling these things. because I thought I was so cool. I scheduled it on Telegram. I scheduled it on the store. I scheduled it on my Facebook. I scheduled it everywhere. I thought I was like all. Anyway, oops. So Chris, what kind of goodies? Chris, don't tell. So, Helena bought if you guys remember, she bought this and she asked me to epoxy it. And this has the Chameleon Varnish in gold in there, and it's almost ready to be shipped. But can you guys see that amazingness in there? So pretty. She's almost ready. I'd like her to sit today before she goes in a box and goes anywhere, but oh, it's so gorgeous. But she's sitting out here because you guys know that I put my epoxy, I cover it and put it in my bathtub down here, in my bathroom down here, because nobody uses this bathroom. Well, not the shower anyways. But I had to take it out because the housekeepers were coming and they probably would have went to go clean the bath and was like, why is there a tray in here? So I at least remembered to take it out of the bathtub. Chris saw nothing. Nothing to see here. I love you, Chris. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Hi, Tina. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, I love the Chameleon Varnish in gold under epoxy. It just does something to my soul. Oh, Robin, I'm glad you got there nice and safe. My prayers are with you, my friend. Hi, Lori. Hi, Miss Linda. Chris is accepting bribes for what she ordered. And then I kind of felt bad turning him off because I didn't know if Chris was like, where did everything go? I'm still shopping, and everything got turned off. So, sorry. I was like, why can't I find my thumbnail I did with Megan? I was literally looking everywhere. I'm like, where did this thumbnail go? Anyways, so we were working on our little gentleman. We did a little reconstruction to his manly chest area. We're going to kind of sand this down. I need to get out a few more of my 360s. I think I need to order some because I'm probably getting low. I need to pull out some 360s. We're going to sand down and see how that goes. Let me move the hat out of the way. And then give it a base painting. I see that I didn't wipe everything down very well. Look at that. And then maybe tackle the decoupage on it today. We'll see. Hi, Gail. Oh, no. You didn't miss anything, Patricia. It'll be tomorrow at 8 a.m. my time. You missed. Yeah. Now why is it doing that? Why is my desk not coming on the screen? That is so aggravating why it's doing this lately. Hold on. I don't know. Usually my desk doesn't do this, but it's always something. Hi, Helen. And here I thought I had missed the live and didn't want to miss out again. I was literally going out of my bananas. I was like, I know I scheduled these yesterday. What is happening? I know I scheduled these yesterday. Like, where did they go? And didn't even think to look down to see. I just knew I wasn't seeing the takeover and wasn't looking for any other post. And I've been posting the, coming soon, coming tomorrow. And so it didn't even dawn on me that the post that was there was the wrong post. And I blew it on that one. Totally blew it on that one. Let's see if it comes on now. Oh, there it is. My computer did an update. It's really aggravating me. My computer did an update right before I got on here, which probably wasn't the best time to do an update, but whatever. We'll go with it. It's always got to be a little bit of chaos. But how do you guys think Megan did? I was so proud of her. I was definitely afraid. We were talking for a while after it got off, and I told her I didn't. When I had the idea for her to stencil on the box, I knew that that's probably not the best thing to have somebody, first time, first go do. But I don't know. I figure if I didn't put negative thoughts in her head, saying to her, hi, Sandy Hinkleman, hi, Laveda, hi, Michelle Chastain. If I didn't start putting negative thoughts in her head, saying like, oh my gosh, stenciling is so hard, and oh my gosh, I don't know how well you're going to do, blah, 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 blah. I thought, well, I'm pretty confident in Megan that everything would have been just fine. But I will tell you, when she lifted that up and it was a perfect impression of those roses, I was back here like jumping around and doing all the things. I was so excited because those of you who watch and know Megan know it would have been devastating to anybody to have it like bleed all up under there and be all messy in one area or something. So the fact that it was a perfect impression of that stencil, I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. So proud. So on Thursday, we will be just on my channel. I don't know if we'll go on EJG. I don't think so. I think it'll be just my page, and then we'll finish up her project. So I'm just taking a 320 and right now just kind of, this is actually hindering me more than anything. Just kind of we're going to just smooth it down first, especially like down here, out here on the edges. And you can see it's dried. I haven't messed with it ever since we put it on. So it's solid. It's not going anywhere. And it's filing down just fine. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Anna. You love the walkthrough on the products? Hi, Sheila Teagan. Hi, my Shelly Belly. I'm working on the man. So I think it's fun. Megan was nervous because she was the one crafting, but it was also, and again, I didn't say anything to her about it, but it was nerve-wracking for me because I know how to do things, but to try to teach somebody and just do it by prompting with my voice, and she can't see me moving my hands and telling her, yeah, lay it, do this, do that, turn it, she can't. She's literally just listening to what I'm telling her. So I was nervous as well because, when you know how to do something, you're just like, yeah, put it down, do this, do that. And, you literally take those, basic steps for granted. So, but she did amazing. I knew she would, though, because she's been watching her mom for so long, so she knows the basics. It's just more like, when you're sitting passenger in the car, like, how to drive, like the basics of driving, but when you sit behind the wheel for the first time, it's a whole nother ball game, right? So thanks, Tina. You gave great and super clear instructions. Thank you. You guys couldn't see me, but I was literally, oh no, Shelly. I took this little rubber mallet to it, and I was like, bonk, bonk, bonk on Monday, and like totally beat the chest down. You guys couldn't see me, but I was literally like, Okay, and then do this, and then, yeah, like, lift, when I was telling her to lift the stencil, I was literally back here going, just lift it straight, lift it, like a moron. So if she looked backstage, because there's windows down here where we can see everybody. So if she would have looked at the window of me, I'm over here doing all kinds of, like, animation. So she would have probably been like, what on earth are you doing? So again, we really should have cut off that excess paper mache, and not just have gone right over it. We really should have cut it, but you live and learn. Because where this one broke, so it made it a lot more lumpier, and this one I was able to push in more. It's not as lumpy bumpy, but still, it would have been cleaner had we had cut away all of that I pounded in there. I will have that paper in the store by the time she does her live on Thursday. She sent me some of it, but you guys know it takes, a truck and a half time to get here. So I will have that paper in the store, though, coming here in a couple of days. As soon as it gets here, I'll put it up in the store. But yes, I will have that paper, that rice paper she was using in the store. As soon as it gets here, I will list it. And it was just so funny that Teresa Renee came on and Royce came on. I was like, oh, Coogly Moogly, if we weren't trying to make her nervous, she sure is going to get nervous. But she still did great. Oh, yeah. Who is Megan's mom? What is her page name? Megan's mom is Ellen J. Goods. That's her page name, is Ellen J. Goods. And her mom is Lynn Brundage. So, an amazing, amazing artist, crafter. Yeah, she's amazing. She was on Creative Hour this past Saturday. If you watched Creative Hour, she was on Creative Hour this past Saturday. That's Megan's mom. Ah. Yeah, you missed it, Shelly. I had the rubber mallet, and because they were like, can you push it in? Can you push it in? So I was trying to push it in. This one pushed in fine, but I couldn't push that one in. It was very strong. So I decided to get the rubber mallet and just start pounding away at it. I know there was a lot of concern that I wasn't going to be able to sand this down and that it was going to crumble and all of that stuff. It's not crumbling, but I will tell you I'm using a 320. I'm not using a low grit. So I'm sure we can get somewhere faster if I went a little bit lower, but I don't want it to crumble. So, because then we'll be back to square one. And there's little bits of the fiber there that I'll either try to cut off, or if I can't cut it off later, I will just go ahead and use some like decoupage varnish glue and just lay it down. No, your box is one of the only ones that didn't go out because it was first. your scraps were over here buried, and to be quite truthful, it didn't get unburied until about 10 minutes before my live with Megan, because all of this stuff from auction was sitting on top of all of the scraps, and I didn't know where all the scraps were. I discovered it when I lifted all of this stuff up. I was like, that's where I couldn't find where I put your scraps. I knew that they were around here, but I was like, what on earth did I do with them? Well, when you pile a bunch of chipboard and everything else on there from the auction, all right, so let's kind of give it a little, so right here needs to be taken down. Again, it's unfortunately, we really should have cut away that excess paper. It was a huge mistake. Huge. Because when we decoupage, the paper is going to lay on this area, so you're going to see all the bumpy lumpies, and that's going to drive me flippin' bananas. I already know. So whenever we do the vest, like the lapels from the vest are going to have to cover and camouflage it. You see that? Oh my god, that's gonna drive me freaking nuts. That side is not as bad, like I said, but so now I just want to make sure where, especially on the edges here, where I put down paper to meet, that it is smooth. But man, we should have cut that away. Gosh, doggone it. Shouldn't have second guessed myself. All right, let's clean up some of this and then see what it looks like. Oh, hi, Mama Girl. I didn't even know you were under there. I'm surprised you didn't knock over the lights. Yeah, we can add the paper. Absolutely. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning, Nikki Hunter. Were you able to get my Happy Mail out? I don't know. I don't know if yours went out, to be honest. I don't know which ones we did. I know we did some, not all. All right. Oh, you guys. Can't handle that. Hold on. Why didn't you take it off? Oh, there's my earring that I lost the other day. And because I was sitting in this area, obviously, my housekeepers, they stopped right there at the line, so my area didn't get cleaned. You're disappointed in the human race today? Okay. Why? If it's political, don't answer me. But if it's just in general, well, not surprised. All right, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go with a light hand. So I went lower in grit. You can obviously tell it's taking quite a bit off. But I'm not pressing very hard. What is it doing? I pay way too much for technology for it to be giving me issues. Okay, that side is actually, that side is flatter. There's no bumpy lumpies on that side that is like making me angry. I can deal with that side. Okay. Remember, we did a little bit more on the middle here on the top. With the paper mache, I put a couple more layers. Not a lot. Alright, I think that actually helped quite a bit. So now I'm going to change it back to the 320, which I think is already what's on here. Didn't need to pull that off. And then I'm just going to smooth out. Smooth that out and then see what we're working with again. And then we're just going to have to leave it because if I keep going at it like I want to, we're going to end up being back at stage 1 and doing the paper mache all over again, which nobody's got time for that. All right. Please don't get on me. Although I have white on today, I would really rather not. Hi, Cynthia Diane. No polish jacket. Oh, you're just upset. Gotcha. Yeah, not totally surprised. And I am always a little perturbed at the human race. Our younger generation always makes me go, All right. So, yeah, we're still bumpy lumpy. That one is not as bad. If you can see profile, it's not as bad as this one. This one's no bueno. Hi, Rhonda. Okay, so if you were doing this and you wanted to make a gentleman, I would definitely just cut out that area because I know when we were talking about this, everybody was saying don't cut it out because you're going to lose the structure. but we had enough structure from the edges to keep it taut, so it would have been fine. So just a little bit, a little bit. I'm almost wanting to put filler in there, but I'm going to resist, and let's paint it all white first and then see what I think of it after that. I can tell you I'm not happy with it. Again, I realize that once we get the vest on it, right, the vest is probably going to come like that. So the vest will cover a lot of it. But because I can see it in my face right now, it's really making my head spin. Because, hey, where did my little bear outfit go? Oh, is that you all scrunched up over here? No, it's not. Where did my bear outfit go, y'all? Well, hopefully I don't ship my bear outfit off to anybody. Oh, I was gonna say, was it in a box, somebody's auction box? All right. So again, we're using the shirt as like the little template. We're using this little bear outfit as the template for what we're going to make. So considering that all of the white up to the neckline will be the red and white stripes. So this is what I'm talking about. Whenever we do the vest, it should cover enough of that bumpy lumpy there that we won't see it. I just keep trying to convince myself of that. Goldilocks took it. Bottom draw, left side. Oh, I gotcha. Cheryl. Well, I'm of two minds about doctors as well. Y'all already know. Whoops. I feel like I just did this. There's nothing like to go easy. It's literally a little sliver. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, get off me. Get off me. Good morning, Briani. All right. So. Hey! What? What? I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know I said I would use the decoupage glue to get those fibers down at the top, but all it needs to do is be wet and the paint will get it down. We'll just push it down. Troy, what do I always tell you? I can't control when he comes. The only time he's ever come, whenever I wanted him to come, was when he brought the bear suit. So tomorrow, the redesign release is at 8 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock Eastern time. There's 32 pieces. So that being said, when I come on with you guys, we will go through the release. Unless you guys are absolutely like, we've already seen it, we don't need to go through it. But we'll go through the release, and then I don't know how much time or how much crafting we'll do, because like I said, there's 32 pieces. Chris would have no clue how many pieces there were, though, right, Chris? So but I will show you all the beautiful stuff manjana. Unless I come on early, because the release is so early, but it will be turned on at 8 o'clock my time. She did an amazing job this morning. Yes, 32 pieces. Hi, Kay. He wants a phone case. I never do anything to upset the boy. It's not me. I am not the delivery person. And no more are we having deliveries at 4:30 in the morning for his cases, because by the time afternoon comes, he tries to act like he hasn't gotten one at all for the day. So, no more. I was hip to that trick like 2 times in. I was like, oh no. And all of those times I was like, what a fabulous idea. It'll be here first thing in the morning when he wakes up, because honestly, y'all, he starts asking me as soon as he gets up. No lie. He brings me the phone, he points to it, and he starts asking me as soon as he gets up. So I'm like, that's fabulous. I can have one for him as soon as he opens his eyeballs, and he will be so happy with his mommy for like 2.2 hours. And I know, like, Nick's like, he's got so many of them, like, you don't need, but look, I don't need another blue paint, but if another new one came out tomorrow, I would buy it, right? I don't need another silver tray, but if I found one tomorrow, I would buy it. And all Troy wants is a doggone phone case, so yes, he has a gajillion of them, and they're all over the place. I'm sure the housekeepers are finally now used to it, but I'm sure they were probably like, this is interesting. Does she have a shop? I thought she had a craft store. Not a cellular warehouse store. But can't tell him no. You know? I see you, bud. Hi, Laurel. Like you say, he is the boss. He's so totally the boss. I know, Papa. See that? He's telling me when he does that, he's telling me he wants a phone case. He has a Samsung Galaxy S21, just the regular. That's the phone, and it doesn't even matter. I know, Papas. It doesn't even matter. No, that's good. No, right there. It doesn't even matter what kind of phone case it is. It's just the fact that that's what he wants. It's just the phone case. You know, I'm sure if he had the ability to ask for other things that he knew came like that, I don't know how to explain it. You guys know Troy. He would, ask me for other things, but he knows, like, that's his thing. That's what he enjoys. And I know I complain about it. And the only reason why I really complain about it is because he has every single one of them. So it's like I can't even get him new stuff at this point. You know, I've run out of the colors and I've run out of the cases themselves. So it's just harder to find a case that's not the same one that he already has, the same color, the same everything, you know? So, but I'm not complaining about the fact that I have to get him one by any means. Like I said. Thanks. You're the bestest. I don't know why I'm being so careful right here because I'm sure we're going to paint over the black. I mean, I have to because I have paper mache up there and all that good stuff, but whatever. I am happy though that this one doesn't have that gap to deal with that the other one did. So what is that? You got the sticker on your fingy. Let me see. You got a sticker on you. Is it like Christmas morning after the kids have played with all the things for a couple hours? Then they're like, yeah, exactly. They're like, that was fun. Meh. Ever thought about decoupaging or otherwise redoing phone cases? He already has. Yeah, I mean, I just haven't. Like people have told me. I actually, if you guys remember, like I showed you guys. I don't know what I was looking at, but I found a blinged out phone case. And it was like $60 something on Amazon, and I was saying like I am so in the wrong business. I could be taking all of Troy's phone cases and blinging them out and selling them for a ton of money. Every kid has their thing, only a mama gets. Yeah, there aren't, and that's the problem. There aren't phone cases that he doesn't have because, you know, and it's not only just the case itself, like he has it in every color. It's awful. So that's the stressful part, is just trying to find one that's not the same that he's had. So I don't know if I need to worry about painting the underside white right now, because I'm assuming his pants aren't going to be. His pants are going to be fabric, I think. So we'll probably end up needing to paint this a matching color, I'm assuming. So, but as far as the decoupage of the red and white stripes, which I need to grab because I don't want to pull it out of stock because I have my own. Hi, Julia. How are you? When I worked with special needs students, we had a student who collected vacuum cleaners. Oh, my bananas. See, at least phone cases can be put like in a backpack or something and, you know, not seen, right? Vacuum cleaners, like there's nowhere to hide a vacuum cleaner. All right, I need to grab my sorry y'all, and I don't have my mic on today, so well, that's interesting. Now I don't even know where I rehung. I need to get my life together. I rehung those rice papers, and I just found another scrap for Ashley's box. What did I do with it? I really don't want to have to take it out of inventory. I couldn't imagine. And then Nick was telling me, oh, here it is. And then Nick was telling me the other day too. He was like, just put it in a bag and give him. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I have tried. I told him, I said, I've tried that. It doesn't work. He's like, what do you mean it doesn't work? I said, Troy knows. How does he know? I promise you, he knows. He knows. I don't know how he knows if the bag isn't sealed right or if it's not this, that. I don't know. But he knows. I've tried it. Okay. So, I'm actually. Where did I put you again? Why do I keep losing his clothes? My Lanta. I'm going to slip this back on top of it for just a second because I am going to manipulate it to get the neckline. Because I remember we're going to put the bow tie on there. So I just kind of want to get an idea of, and then that's going to go all the way up there. Yeah, we'll just take it to what would be like a waist, right? And then this is just, well, we can always give it like a collar with, again, the fabric that we have. Why are you starting from the edge? Because you're a bozo, that's why. I'm going to stick my arm in paint. So, whereas to on her, right, we have a little more skin showing on her. So we wouldn't need that with him, per se. And he's still going to, I don't know how we're going to do this best, but I'm assuming the armholes still need to be kind of carved out, right? I don't know. And if it's covered, then whatever. What happened here? That's not even my paper mache work. It's like all kind of mangled. The shoulder is looking kind of crazy. All right. And then once again, we're going to decoupage flipping stripes on something that is not flat. So, leave it to me. Make it difficult. Itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy. first time I did that to Nick. I'm like, itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy. Ooh, I've got one down my backy. Do you guys remember that? You guys sing that song? I think we did that in science camp. Anyways, Nick looked at me like I had 4 heads. I'm like, what are you singing? Like, or the Worm song? I don't know. All right, so basically all in here would be the stripes. Now my issue, I love you too, buddy. My issue is what we're gonna do in order to make him look like he has pants on, right? But I guess we'll deal with that afterwards because this obviously is gonna be an issue because it's just straight down, but we'll deal with that in a minute. In a minute. All right, so, oh, she's packed. I'm assuming I made her stripes go this way, right? I'm pretty sure I made her stripes go vertical and not horizontal. But what I did learn the last time I did the stripes was that I was taking them in big chunks, and that wasn't the business. That wasn't working out for me, is taking them in big chunks. So we're not going to do that. Yeah, vertical. Okay, that's what I thought. Typically, stripes are not flattering horizontal, are they? I'll get those off later. So I believed what worked easiest for me is doing them almost in. Is the 4 going to be too much? A 4 is almost too much, but just for the sake of not being here for 10 years and only being here for, 6. Turn the light off, babe. Troy likes it to be bright, bright, bright all the time. It's getting so dark. When I'm picking up Trevor and driving home, it's almost like, that depressing, just already 5 o'clock. It's dark. Ugh. I don't know why. My fingers keep getting stuck like that. What is that? When did we use blue? Look at my finger stuck. When did we use blue? What on earth? I'm in California. All right. And then the tops and the bottoms that have a little bit of white, I'm not going to be all crazy about it. I'm just going to rip that off with my hands. Finger keeps getting stuck. All right, So look at me. I'm going to actually try to stay organized today and not just, you know, take them all crazy. Okay, but what I was actually wondering is, but it's going to go straight. Isn't that going to look funny straight up and down as a shirt, though? Or no, because it's going to go all the way. Isn't that going to be funny? Hold on, y'all. Let's say, hypothetically. Oh, I got to move it over, right? Because I'm trying to keep it in order. Is that going to be funny looking? Because it's straight up and down like that? Hold on, Pops. I'm almost feeling like it's going to look very strange straight up and down like that, you guys. Even if the vest goes on, because it's called patience, young man. That's what you were thinking too? I'm almost wondering if we don't make his pants the stripes. But then if we did that, we then basically now need to figure out how to give him legs. Or do we not give him legs and he just has a very long torso? Does anybody see what I'm saying? Unless we don't put the stripes, unless we do. You guys, we got to think about this for a minute. Because even if we did a V of the stripes, right? I think going straight up and down we may need to rethink the whole stripe situation, because why don't we mix a velvet powder this color and put velvet powder up here? Yes, and I felt a long tux jacket, no pant legs. Yeah, like a trench coat, and then have like the buttons go, you know what I mean? What do you guys think about, so basically, I could get the fabric out, but basically, oh, sorry, sir. At least I'm not calling you a her today. Hold on. We're gonna kind of wrap this because I don't know if I like those stripes, because those stripes, the way that they're going to hit straight up and down is going to make it look very bizarre, I think. Obviously, we would have to fix him, right? Fix his coat. But I'm trying to see. That's going to look bizarre. That's going to look bizarre. It's going to look like something's wrong. Oh, that would be cute. Do a cummerbund around him. I can get on board with the cummerbund. And then we'd have to bring it in. Yep. We have to bring in something on his hat. Okay. So that's what we'll do for him. But now, what is his shirt going to be? Oy, oy, oy. Now we know nothing. We need a little woohoo. Woohoo. Oh, well, we'll just woohoo with you guys over here. Woohoo. So, what is his shirt going to be? Because something needs to go underneath here. The reason why I was thinking velvet powder is because it's a little more forgiving as far as like looking like, you know. So it doesn't even have to be a velvet powder in that burgundy color. We could do it white as well, but or what? What are we doing? Because this needs to be covered. You don't care for the stripes on the top area for the shirt. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it'll look real bizarre to have it up here. So we can use the stripes as accents on him. But so if we're doing just plain white up here, we need to do something with it, because we have to cover up now what has been, you know, his reconstruction. So I wouldn't want to just paint it. Something has to go over it. We can put of rice paper. I mean, I'm sure we do, but I'm something that's coming to mind that is just like a plain beigey color. I mean, we're always going to have something. It's not going to just be beige, is it? It's going to always have some type of pattern or something. Like even that has tiles. Why is that mixed in? Why do we have birds mixed in with backgrounds? Who would have thunk a shirt would be this difficult? Men. Men in their clothing. Beige with script? Oy vey. Okay, you guys are going to have to help me think of something beige that has script on it. That's what I was like thinking if we did the velvet powder, the same color as... It's like, where'd my stripes go? If we did velvet powder, we mixed velvet powder, that burgundy color. And the reason why I'm saying velvet powder is because it's something with texture, but also could be a solid color. I know you guys are seeing a bunch of like retired papers that you can't get your hands on anymore. I'm so sorry. Because we have already put plaster on top of this, so this whole area needs to be covered with something. Otherwise, you're gonna see that I doctored that area of the chest if we just paint it white. Because as it is right now, it's white. So right now, there's glaring issues on here because of the white. Let's see. We have tons of stuff. But you know, when you're trying to find something or think of something, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I have nothing. Why don't I have anything? So let me pull down a couple more hangers and see. I don't even know. I just grabbed some hangers from the back because I don't know what I'm looking for. Wait, didn't we just come out with some ivory stripes of some sort? But I don't want to do stripes. What am I doing? But I'm saying, I don't think we have anything plain like that, you guys. I mean, we have, of course, and here we go again with more patterns. But we have the cream damask. But again, we're back at patterns again. And if you're saying something to me or yelling at me, I'll look up in just a second. So like the satin white that I had, and I already done told y'all who sew in our seamstress, do not come for me. Ah! What was that? I'm sorry, Ami. Oh, that was velvet powder. All right, let's deconstruct our little man over here. Again, why do I keep putting his clothes away? Like, I need you. I need you. And you keep leaving me. Okay, is this for Halloween or is it for... No, it's not for Halloween. So we just did a dress form not too long ago, which is the gal with the furry top, right? So we said we needed to make a gentleman, or it would be cool to make a guy for her. And then it came about that I'd never made a man dress form, and that could be cool. And then this happened. Then we are here. Then we are here. I might have in my right mind not to even try to tip. Because this is so cheaply stitched, I'm not even sure that if I take that stitch out, that all of that won't crumble. I'm almost going to just cut it. Hi, Barbara Ross. Because I'm afraid. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I took the stitch out of the bow, like, I'm very delicate with it because all of it wants to come apart now. It is just a little teddy bear outfit, so, you know. It's not meant for me to be, like, messing with it. And I don't have my little sewing kit out here to, like, take the hinges out and all of that. So we're just going to do a little cut. Oh, man, the collar is in there, though. Got the collar sewn in there. Oh, well. I just want the front of it, to be honest. Sorry, little Teddy. You're gonna serve your purpose, I promise. Actually, I kind of need this apart anyways because I need the vest. Because I'll need the vest in order to make the trench of it. This poor thing is probably all gonna unravel in a minute here. Alright, so do I care about the neck all coming out or just cut it? I just assume cut it. This is not a normal craft day. How is it? Again, see, Barbara Ross, we can't do anything easy here. Why? I don't know. Because contrary to popular belief, I like easy. But see, now I actually have the vest part, so we can take that kind of carbon copy. It's a little wide for our dude, but we can use that for Okay, so this one is obviously going to need to be longer. So the length of it needs to be longer because we want it to come down there. This is going to be interesting. Nothing can be easy. Nothing. And I like easy. Seriously. I really do. Should probably get my little iron also. Oh, Lord have mercy. I much prefer crafting, you know, like paint. Wait. No, I'm going to need to stitch it together anyways. Right? Alright, let me figure out how much of this I'm going to need to cut because I don't need to work with this entire thing. So I already folded it in half. So those of you that are cringing and about ready to fall down off of your chair, just look away for a while. Because I'm sure we're going to go through a lot of bumps and bruises before we get to a shirt. Yet you do this kind of stuff a lot. I know! I don't know how I get myself into these situations. What do they say? Like, that's like the sheer sign of insanity. Like, when you keep trying to do the same things over and over and hoping for a different result, right? But, and no, I don't care that my lines are crooked. Otherwise, I would get my little rotary blade out, which I probably still am going to need to get it out anyways. I'm just trying to cut a square of the so that all of this isn't hanging on my lap. Okay. Man, you really are, you're supposed to iron this. You realize that, right? Yeah, I know. But you're trying to be hard-headed. Yep, sure am. Mm-hmm, sure am. You like doing things a difficult way. Then you try to do shortcuts while you're trying to do them difficult. That just doesn't work now, does it? So we're going to get my, extremely large iron out. Because I know I need to press that out. Just press it out. You're right there with me that I'm a whole lot of crazy. Oh, I know. Okay. Should we be doing that on a glass mat? No. There's a lot of things I shouldn't be doing, and I realize that. One of either Troy or Nick's white shirts and slap it on. Oh, Lord. Even Troy is not that tiny. And he's tiny. Nick and Trevor, forget. Shirts would be floating. What are you doing? Huh? What? All right.
Mm.
What? I know you want a phone case, babe. I know. I know this. So we already know the neck is way too big, right? Look at, there's a fly on our guy right there. And this needs to be what? At least. So if we're going, we need it at least 6 inches at least. So let's make it a little bit bigger. We're gonna go 6.5. I'm using a friction pin. I can't right now, Troy. I can't. Because I need to make it a little bit bigger right now. Troy, the collar needs to go all the way up like that. Stop. I'm gonna put you. Don't look at me and smile. I'm having a hard enough time as it is. Okay, so if the collar goes all the way up, won't that look weird though? I mean, I know it needs to go all the way up there, but don't we need to come in? I need somewhere to start the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, we're not gonna even be using this thing, are we? I know everybody is like, let's see how she makes a mess of this. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna make a humongous mess of this. Why did you just do that? Oh, I know why you just did that. Duh. Do you want one of these? Hold on, I need to get the keyboard. I'm actually backing up so I can get it for you. Troy, can we, hold on. Don't. What am I trying to tell you? You never want to listen to me. You're so bossy. You're so bossy. You're so bossy. I got you, man. Okay, so hold on a minute. Did I already screw that up? Where's Mac's ruler? That's what I need. You freaking bozo. All right. Now we're in business. Whoa, as I fall and break my neck. So if we're at collar and collar is 0, then we need to go 1 on each and then 3. So if we're at collar and collar is 0, yeah, see, you screwed that up, you doofus. If neck is 0, hold please. Okay. So if neck is 0, what did I say? What a bozo. God, you're a bozo. If neck is 0, out to the edges of collar is 1, and then to the shoulder blade is 3. Excuse me. In my way. Excuse me. Rude. I can't see my mark. Okay. So end of collar is 1, shoulder blade is 3. Okay? Okay. So ideally like a little I am not. Don't come for me. Right? See what I'm saying? What? And Shelly will love it. What? Shelly will love the chaoticness of it. I know. She's going to be like, yeah, did I say I was going to pay $1,000? I give you $1. Okay. So then, okay, that's fine. Actually, that was fine because that was a little bit longer than what we needed to do. So, but do we care about how, like, because this is going to be, do I need it to be all nice and you know what I'm saying? Does it need to be all, like, you know what I mean? Do I need to do all of that, or can I just cut the doggone shirt of it? Lay it underneath? Lay a piece of paper under the back top and trace around it. Oh, no. This fly is about to get whacked with the shirt. You guys didn't see that. Nothing to see here. Because obviously this one's too big. Like, do I care about doing all of the, like, the whoop-de-woos and the whoop-de-woos, or do we just want to get it on there first and then cut where I need to cut? I don't even care about this right now. Hold, please. Oh, I'm not using that. Yes, I could get a self-healing mat out, but again, that's what a smart person would do. I am not smart today. Other days, I am, but not today. Hey now. That's why you need a self-healing mat, because it won't cut on the mat. So you have to do it anyway. So why don't you quit trying to take shortcuts and just do it? I don't know why things just don't work the way I want them to work, and why I always have to do it the right way. It's just annoying. Chimneys. Hey, it isn't me. Am I going crazy? All of a sudden, it doesn't want to cut? Well, I'll fix you. If nothing else, I'm here to entertain you. I always tell you, don't do what I do. Just don't. Because it would make a very, very disastrous day. I know it's not straight out here. I didn't care for it to be, because I only need this much. I feel like just cut off the excess. And okay, I'm actually gonna come out a little wider. See, now I need, like, now since I know I don't have my rotary, now I kind of need it to be a little not jaggedy, wobbly. It's a sure good thing my kids did not need me to make their clothes for school. Because, wow. They would be so embarrassed. Need the excess off. See, I just assume do it like this, and then I don't have to worry about, 17,000 cuts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Because I'm still going to need to figure out. And no, when I actually try to hem this, I am not using my sewing machine. I am straight going to use Fabri-Tac. Yes, ma'am, I sure am. I sure am. I don't sew. I already told y'all I don't sew. Y'all are even lucky I just remembered to have it connect somewhere. Okay, so we could probably. All right. So let's hold on. I know he said all the way up on the neck, but it's a little choker right now. Like it's choking him. Like I like to do sometimes. Choke him out, but we don't need to choke him out just yet. All right. I'm going to take a little bit more of that glue off. Measure twice, cut once. I know, see? All right. So, are you guys all like, oh my gosh, she's actually got something around its neck, and I didn't, and I thought it was going to be a disaster. I told you guys, like, there are methods to my madness. Sometimes I know I'm a little bit crazy, but I get there somehow. I don't know how, but I'll get there in the end. Okay. And yes, I realize that it doesn't cover right here, right? But I can always attach fabric there. Not worried about that. My thing was kind of getting it up here. So, hold on. You're a little crooked, sir. We need to be a little straight. All right. So then we need a little woohoo down here. So you need a little tuckity tuck, a little snip and a tuck, right? Like that. And then we need to tuck all your, or if he's having his jacket on, I guess I really don't need. Well, that's kind of janky though. You don't want it to be all janky. So we need to roll the edges here. And I need to roll the edge there too. So I'm actually going to need to cut little slits a little more so I can roll those edges there to make it so it's not all rough and rugged, right? Not gonna see that part, very true. But let's look. So, yeah, you're not at all. So we're going to put a little vesty vest on it. See, and then I'm happy. Obviously, the vest part will need to line up and be a little bit smaller, right? It will needs to actually kind of be like that. And then, oh man, did you really just lose his bow that you said you're being so careful with? And then his bow. So we just need to do a little nip tuck, and then we'll put a couple of buttons up here. Then we need to figure out how to make this mamma jamma, which will be oh so crazy. All right, so let's do a little something, something. Hold on, let's get all these things off of here first. Well, the iron will actually take out the pin as well. I didn't even forgot about that. Okay. So the iron already took away our markings. So let's get, we probably only need like what, a quarter, maybe a quarter. Some of it's going to be more, some of it will be less. Hey, what did you do? So that way when I glue it, it's not going to be flipping all over the place. And you're not really going to tell, but okay. Bring vest up a little more on chest. Okay. Let's go ahead and, should we glue that really quickly? I wish I had my fabric glue that had a smaller nozzle on it, because it's the only thing with the Fabri-Tac, the nozzle is so crazy. Ah, wait a minute. Well, we're not going to see. Well, we got to be careful with the glue around the neckline because you're going to be able to see it. So I'm going to try to not have big globs of it on here, even though the Fabri-Tac loves to do that. Because you know what I might do is I might just take another piece and go around the, instead of trying to fold that in, I might go around like the collar of it. We might even do that anyways because, it won't have a collar, if you will. I'm sorry, I got really quiet. I was thinking about if I wanted to do a little collar with material, but I don't know how well that would look. Oh. Everything's white on my desk. I don't know what's baby wipes, and none of those were. Okay. Okay, so we have our edge down here at the bottom that doesn't look all crazy and weird now. So this one is kind of the way it's kind of angling out. I'm not going to try to force all of that up there where I'm going to kind of come in at a V with it, I guess. I don't know. I'll just flip it in and then let it do what it needs to do, I suppose. But I don't want too much of the fabric in, so hold on. Are you guys yelling at me? Because I haven't really looked up in a long time, sorry. You're moving. Who was that? Oh, Patricia. Ugh. I don't like the process of moving. I like once it's, you're done and you have like a fresh new home and, but the process of it, yeah, I moved way too often when I was younger. I don't know if my mom just got bored or what, but I felt like we were always moving. It's kind of how she was, though. She liked to change things up. Like, she was the type that always rearranged the furniture, you know. How many of you guys do that? Do you guys, like, move your furniture around in your house? I was thinking about that the other day, and honestly, I don't think I have ever really, like, had the desire to start, like, my mom literally used to do that at least every few months. She would move the couch, move the pictures, and that's just doing too much. But my mom, I mean, the house was always, spotless, and she always liked to rearrange and change things. Troy, can you let Jack out? Because he's over here driving me bonkers. Do you? Yeah, I don't know if that's just like my bedroom furniture would be such a pain to move around because it's one of those beds that have like the big tall posts and the canopy around the top, and it's a California king, so it's a big old mamma jamma monster. It would just, I don't even know where I would find the energy to want to do that, much less tell Nick, hey, let's just move the bed around, all the furniture. Okay, let's move it all back again. He'd probably go, Okay, as you can tell, this one's being a lot more finicky, trying to get this down just because it's longer. So I just want to get the crease of it down so that way I can come in with the Fabri-Tac, but it's already going to be time for me to let you guys go soon anyways. Not that you guys haven't seen me more than enough today. Just remember, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Chris is already set. She doesn't even need to stress. But 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will turn everything on manually myself. The Season of Grace will launch. Tune in to Redesign with Prima at 8 o'clock Pacific, because they are going to do a giveaway again. I don't know what that's going to consist of, but that's always fun. So they'll do a giveaway during release at some point tomorrow. They're going to have something fun on there. So you can, tune in there, and that is on their Facebook and YouTube, Redesign with Prima. And then when I come on, because like I said, there's 32 items, I'll let you guys tell me, but we can come on and kind of open everything up and go back through it. If you guys like, or if you're not, don't care to, then, we'll just skip it. I'll do whatever. Won't hurt my feelings either way. But I will just say, keep in mind, a little hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I do have a gajillion of those disc. So these disc ornaments in the store, which will maybe possibly come in handy. I don't know. I'm just saying, for some ting-tings, maybe. I like to do it because it's different, and then you can get a good... Yes, that's enough. You can. Because, yeah, that's true. Especially for us, right, with Onyx, because she is a monster hairball. I have to always move the couches, because not only are her balls always underneath and Jack's toys underneath the couch, but I couldn't imagine not moving the furniture and then one day moving out. Oh my gosh, it would be like a whole nother Onyx is underneath there. But it was fun though. Whenever my mom would, like do a little refresh and stuff, it always did feel like cool because it was like new, something new, like, but it was always just a pain because she went all out, because then obviously the pictures are no longer centered, so then we'd have to plug the holes, and then we'd have to rehang everything, and and so it was always just a big journey. And it wasn't like my mom didn't have a full-time job. She worked. She had enough energy all the way up. And I always remembered my mom, though, never was one to just sit down. My mom never just sat down. She always was up and moving and grooving. Either dancing while she was cleaning the house or doing something. Alright, I will really quickly tack down this last part and then I'll let you guys go because I'm sure. We'll probably end up, I don't know, at some point we're going to have to call it, and I'll just fix this little guy on my own, because as you can see, it's there's a lot that's going to go into him. I might have to get it to a different stage and then come back with you guys on that particular project, because this can only be so entertaining for so long before it gets boring. So we might have to, throw in some other stuff in between here. Plus, with the release tomorrow, there's so many things to play with. And then I can always be working on this in the background, and maybe we could do some check-ins or something with him, because, you guys can only see literally cut and paste of fabric for so long before it's like, okay, Terry, I've had enough. Because we totally went into a different direction. We were going to decoupage, right? But then, I guess, looking at those stripes on the shirt, that would have looked really bizarre. So bizarre to have all of the stripes like that. It would have been very bizarre. So what I'm thinking for the little up here is, I think I will grab another piece and kind of do a little, tuck around there, because it's going to look really strange if I try to, or not strange, it's just going to, I don't know. And I don't know if it's going to allow me to have enough room. But already, just by tucking you guys can't see, already just by tucking those edges in does a lot for it. And then I'm not going to try to recreate the wheel here, right? I'm going to actually do exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to tuck and pull and, and get it down. Because, again, and I won't have a big pleat like that. But, again, this isn't a doll. It's not meant to have its clothes changed, right? So once the clothes get on it, we're not taking it off. I do want to see what Rhonda was talking about, though. She said to bring it up a little bit higher on here. So hold on. Oh, I see. Because when I put it down to the shoulders, it comes down real far down here. So it probably needs to come up higher there. Right? Is that right? See, it wants to slip because it's too big. Like that. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'll do is, so basically, I'm just going to end up tacking the shirt down. Yeah, it's better higher up. Because as it is, when I just let it droop on the shoulders of like where the bear would be, it goes like underneath where the chest is. And then that I can see now it is really, that's too low. So going up higher is going to be better. So we'll definitely go higher. But so 32 items tomorrow. They will be turned on as soon as 8 o'clock at the top of the hour. They will be turned on. I will post the link that I arbitrarily posted today. And that link is just going to go to the menu where the Season of Grace is. So all of the items are loaded in that one particular spot. You don't have to go searching through all of the different categories so you don't miss anything. But yeah, so tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, will be the release. Everything will be turned on, and then I'll come back in the in the afternoon, and then we'll take a look at everything and play. And then I will start before any orders or stuff come in. I'll keep fussing with her. But as usual, thanks so much for being here. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll make my cup of coffee while looking. Yeah, because I know I counted and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a good amount, 30, and yeah, it's 32. So it's a lot. Anyways, alrighty, y'all. Have a great rest of your evening. Talk to you tomorrow. See you later. Bye.